Good morning, everybody. Dan here. It has been quite a little while since we put up a video, hasn't it? I just been really busy. I'm still working. It's Saturday morning, and I do have some yards to do this afternoon. But I just wanted to touch base with you guys and let you know that I've made quite a few changes over the course of the past, I'd say 3 or 4 weeks since I put a video up. So I wanted to go over some of those with you and show you some of those changes. And, you know, changes take time. It takes a little while to accomplish certain goals that you want. And I had some goals. And so I figured there's a cool little way to show you guys, you know, when you're facing like adversity or when you want some change in your life or, you know, you got something that you want to do. There's ways to get there no matter how hard it is. So I'm going to let my friend Bingo here show you exactly what I mean. It's a quick little 30 or 40 second little video I took. And at the end, he's got a nice little message for you, all right? So check Bingo out, and then we'll be back at my yard later on, and we're going to go over some changes. Kind of neat. I filmed that little guy a couple weeks ago, I guess, when I was getting warranty work done. And you say, warranty work on what? And you have an old 2002 Ford Explorer Sport Track with like 200,000 miles on it. What warranty work? Your mower's old. So we made some changes. And so on a personal note, let's go through some of the changes we've made. And then we'll get into the herbicide and stuff I want to talk about real quick. But a lot of you guys have been with me for a few years now, so you're curious onto my changes. So let's take a look.
I guess it's safe to say that is the biggest change that I made. It is the Dodge Ram SLT 4-door, as you can see, with the Hemi 5.7 liter engine, and it still has 2-year, 24,000 mile warranty on it. It was single owner by a master sergeant. Local, and he traded it in and got himself a 2018, which is a good sign. That means he likes it. He likes the Dodge. So we went ahead and picked this bad boy up. I really like it. I mean, I don't know what more I can say other than I really like it. So thank you in advance to everybody that's going to congratulate me. I really appreciate it. And to the couple that purchased
my 2002 Ford Explorer Sport Track, which you now watch my channel, thank you. I appreciate it. You guys got a pretty good truck yourselves, and so hopefully that thing's treating you right, and I believe it should. But for those of you guys that have been following me, I really like that truck, and we got use of that truck, as you saw in the videos. But one step at a time, just like Bingo. For 2019, I need to make some changes going forward. So I needed to do some more research as well, not just get a bigger truck. So I did a lot more research, and I am going to say that today, probably today, maybe next weekend, but probably today is going to be the last cuts of the TB360, the Troy-BILT TB360 that I've been using for 3 seasons now. Going forward, we are going to go with the Toro Super Recycler, and I just need to go pick it up. And I believe I'll have a chance to pick it up, if not this weekend, next weekend. I will go pick it up, and we will do a little demo with that mower. That is the mower I decided to go with, and when I have my hands on it, we'll go over the specs. But that's another step that I'm taking to get for a better 2019. I'm prepping for 2019, so there's going to be some more changes. Okay, so we got the truck. I let you know what mower I am getting. The next change is a pretty big change. I'm no longer with my girlfriend, so I won't be referencing a girlfriend for a while in most of my videos. So it's kind of sad to say. I mean, we were really smooth. We were like a really good running 8-cylinder engine, and when we were hitting on all 8 cylinders, man, we were like fuel efficient and cruising. But just too many bumps along the road, and we kept fouling plugs, you know what I'm saying? And that misfire, it was just too much for both of us to bear. So amicably, we broke up. There's no hate, nothing like that, at least not that I'm aware of, but we're no longer seeing each other. So that's another big change in my life. So I kind of been quiet, you know, for a little while, just sort of getting myself back together. Because I really kind of did have a lot invested into that emotionally, but it didn't work out. So thank you in advance. I know you guys are going to apologize and send your sorries and condolences, and I appreciate that too. But a big change too is I'm trying a different herbicide. All right, I've always used the Prosecutor from Lesco, and it has the glyphosate N. A lot of you guys are killing me on glyphosate, so I'm going to use a different product, and let me show you what that is.
So I went ahead and I gave this a shot because I wanted to make sure that I used it, and I gave it a good opportunity to, oh, my nails are dirty from work today, sorry. I gave it a good opportunity to fail or succeed. And the Spectracide weed and grass killer is a non-selective herbicide, okay? Kills weeds and grass. So this will kill everything. It's not selective. So you do not spray this on your lawn. You only spray on anything you want to kill. So if you get it on your yard, it'll kill it. It works really good. Let me show you the active ingredients, which I cannot read right now. It's too small, but you can zoom in on that maybe. I don't know. Please focus. I hope it focuses. Anyways, it's not glyphosate. So you mix it, this stuff here, the Spectracide weed and grass killer concentrate. That means you got to mix it yourself. When I mixed it, I used 7 ounces for a gallon of water, and pumped it up in my little pump up sprayer, and it did a fantastic job. In fact, let me show you how well it did. Oh, while we're walking to the neighbor's yard, look at that truck right there. Is that pretty or what? While we're walking to the neighbor, I didn't really like black, but the price was right. I'm coming to you on a new phone. This is the iPhone SE. And so I went through all my options, and could I afford the iPhone 10? No, not cash. I mean, but could I have financed it? Sure. What about the 8? If you're gonna finance the 8, you might as well finance the 10. What about the 7? No, I don't need the 7. $100, Walmart.com. This is a refurbished iPhone SE. It's a newer model than the 6, so it's got the, what's the word I'm looking for? Not software, but the operating system handles the later apps where the iPhone 6 doesn't. For example, Fortnite. Fortnite's operating system is too slow. The memory, the RAM, or whatever it is too small. It's like 1.6 and you need 2.0 to run Fortnite. I don't play Fortnite, but I know that as a fact. That's the deal. So you can't play Fortnite on the 6, but you can play Fortnite on this phone. So it's an upgrade. It also has 4K capabilities with the front cam, and it has double the memory my 6 had, and it's half the size. So the 6 was really getting too big. I'm too mobile, and I don't need a phone that big, and I needed more memory space, and so $100. It was $90, I think, plus tax and free shipping, Walmart.com. Check it out, guys. iPhone SE, refurbished. And, you know, with the iPhone, when you go from one iPhone to the other, it makes this phone a mirror image of exactly what your other phone is. So we got that going on. So that's a change. So we got the truck, we got the non-selective herbicide, we got the girlfriend, and we got the phone. Now let me show you what this non-selective herbicide did. Do you remember where we did the vinegar here? And it came back in like 2 days? Okay, so this is the non-selective herbicide. I sprayed this last weekend. See, look at the yard's ready to be mowed again. And I sprayed this last weekend. And look at it. Not only is it still crispy and dead, but it's pretty much gone. So that non-selective herbicide works really well. That is some really good stuff. So Does Roundup do that? Yeah, probably. But people, you know, the glyphosate N, people are having a really hard time with that right
And
now.
I don't know if this stuff is safer, if it's better, if it's not. I don't know. All I know is it's not Roundup and it's not glyphosate N. So please, people, give me a break. Let me look over and show you the rocks. And I did these rocks Tuesday. Okay, we're actually looking through the fence slat. I'm trying to get it to focus. But these were like really super green. And as you see, that's all dead. What the hell? I don't know what the neighbors are doing down there, but it sounds pornographic. So that's the non-selective herbicide. So there's a big change. So guys, check it out. Spectracide worked really good. Really impressive. I'm super happy.
And as you see here, 2 doses of Scott's Bonus S Weed and Feed, and now here we are at the end of May 26th, and I mean, look at how thick this is. This is remarkable. Super thick, super green, still the greenest yards in the neighborhood, her yard and mine. Now, let's go to the next
All right, now we got another change that we have to talk about, and this is going to be selective herbicide.
Say it with me, everybody. Damn. I mean, ram. Oof.
I've used different things. I've used different products, and I reached out to Alan from the Lawn Care Nut, and I don't know if you guys remember, and if I can with this program, I'll try to link to it up here, where Alan popped in on one of my videos, and he talked about cudweed and to use Celsius. Celsius? Was that what it was? I believe it was called Celsius. Celsius DM or something like that, and he said it would get rid of it. So I went to Site 1, which is my local shop, and if you guys haven't checked out Alan, the Lawn Care Nut, make sure you do and go through his links down underneath his videos. All right, he's got a lot of information and a lot of links in there, and I think he's a Site 1 dealer. I think you can get Site 1 products from him. I think. I could be wrong. I'm not sure. Ask him. But I know he's the shit. So don't waste your time anywhere else when it comes to chemicals. Go to Alan. So Alan said to try Celsius, and that it would knock it out, that it would be slow acting, but it would knock it out. And so I went to Site 1 local here, and I asked them about Celsius, and it was sticker shock. It was, he was like, yep, we got it. It's in powder form. And I was like, yep, perfect. How much? And he said, it's $100. And I said, for what? He said, for 2 acres. I said, no, I don't think you understand. I don't need to do 2 acres. I need to do 2 feet. He's like, well, it's $100 for the bottle, and it'll do 2 acres. And I was like, well, is there any on the floor that might have spilled? And you can just put it in a baggie, and I'll just take it home. And he was like, no. Damn. So I was like, well, okay, $100 I'm not going to spend, because I can't afford to spend $100 when I got 2 feet of weed to do. Cudweed. We talked about it in that video. I'll try to link to it below also if it doesn't show up here. And if you don't know, when I do this and I say I'll link to it up here, and if that doesn't show on you, that's because of the program you're using, either on a specific phone, or you might be casting to your television set, like your smart TV or something. So like those things don't show up. But if you're on a regular computer, when I say I'll link to it up here, then a link actually pops up. It's really kind of cool. And if you're on a phone, then it doesn't. A lot of times, depending on the operating system. So I'm not an idiot. It's you, not me. It's me, not you. I think that's what me and my girlfriend just went through. Anyways, selective herbicide. So that means that you're selecting a weed killer that's going to kill specific weeds. You're selecting the weeds to kill, and you're not going to kill the grass as long as you mix it properly and you use it on the proper grass. So if you have Bermuda grass, you wouldn't use this stuff. If you have Kentucky bluegrass, you might use this stuff. You have to read the directions. I don't know. That's where Alan is the shit, and I am not the shit. But sometimes I can smell like shit because of my job. I go to the landfill, and that stinks like shit. What's all the cursing for? So the non-selective herbicide for the cudweed, or the selective herbicide for the cudweed. This is selective. We're going selective. I'm sorry. I probably just said a whole bunch of crap that was wrong. So the selective herbicide means that you're selecting the herbicide to kill select weeds. and you could spray it right over your grass as long as it's within the instructions, you know, that it's safe for that type of grass. All right, so I have Centipede, so I couldn't afford that $100, guys. I just couldn't. It was too much money to spend on something I'm not going to use, but just a little bit. I'm not a professional sprayer guy. You know what I mean? I don't have an applicator's license. I'm not running around. Helicopter. I'm not running around charging people profit to spray their weeds, so I can't justify spending $100 when I'm buying a truck, a phone, a new mower. You know, I got things going on, irons in the fire here, and I can't do it. So nothing against Alan. Alan's advice was spot on, because when I talked to the guys at Site 1 who are the shit times 2, I said, hey, you know, a buddy of mine told me to try this stuff out, and they were like, yeah, that's really, really good stuff, and it'll work. But, you know, and I was like, well, what else you got? And they said to try this stuff, Mansion Herbicide. Okay, so I was like, first of all, what does it do? He said 2.5 acres, and I was like, 2.5 acres. Okay, well, I got 2 feet to do, so what do I do? And he's like, okay, it's good for Centipede, it's good for St. Augustine grass. It'll kill cudweed, it'll kill a whole sort of stuff. And what a lot of applicators do is they'll mix some of this in, and they'll mix Celsius together. They'll put the 2 of those together, and they'll use that to make a nice little iced tea mix and really attack weeds. And I was like, well, great. He was like, okay. So he told me what to do, and then I said, well, I'm gonna, you know, follow the directions. So I really wanted to attack cudweed. I also had the issue of like little small yellowing flowers and little small purpling flowers, little stuff in my yards that I wanted to get rid of too, and I didn't know what they were called, and I didn't really care. I told the guy at Site 1, and I said, hey, you know, I have this stuff also. It's got like yellow flowers and purple flowers, and he was like, yeah, this will work for that too. And I was like, great. And he said, it's slow acting, so give it some time. And I was like, okay, great. So 2 weeks ago, I bought this, all right? And now let me show you what I did. And I'm sorry if this is a little bit long-winded, but I'm long-winded, and, you know. All right, so the instructions say for Centipede grass, it says 1 acre, for 1 acre, you know, it breaks it down by the acre. So I was like, well, crap, I need to know what an acre is. So I made these notes, all right? So 1 acre is 43,000 square feet, roughly, give or take. So I went through 43,000 square feet, you use 50 gallons per acre. Following the directions, it tells you, like for an acre of grass, an acre of land that you're gonna do, you're gonna put down, and it said like 25 to 75,000, I don't know. I don't remember what it was, but when you read it, it was really confusing. So I was like, you know what? For my people, for you guys, I'm gonna do all the math right here. And I broke it down to a 2-gallon jug, 2,000 square feet, how much product to put in it, right? So after doing all the math, if you're going to do a 1-gallon mix for 1,000 square feet, so if you're just going to tape off 1,000 square feet, you know, like you got an area that's, you know, you got a patch here, and you got a patch there, and you got an area here, and you got an area there, and it comes up to about 1,000 square feet, then you're going to want to use 1 whole gallon of water between it all. That means when you're done, that means your 1-gallon jug should be empty. You're going to use 1 gallon of water. You're going to put 0.008 ounces of this Mansion in that 1-gallon jug. I'll be right back. So you say to yourself, how do you get 0.008 ounce or 0.008 ounces of product? They make this handy dandy little thing here that you can get from Site 1. All right, so you pour your product in here. So you can actually turn this on the top. You can turn this hole, and you put your product in, and you tap it down till you get to 0.025, 0.0125. So 0.008 would be below that. But I was like, well, I'm going to mix 2 gallons. So I did 0.016. So here you have your 0.025 and then you have your 0.012. So right in the middle, basically, I made a little black mark and I filled it with this powder. And then I took the powder and I mixed it into my 2-gallon jug right here. It says Roundup, but it's not. It's Mansion. And so I put 2 gallons of water in that, and then I poured this in and I swirled it around and I waited an hour for the crystals to completely liquefy, you know, dissolve, whatever. Then I mixed it up pretty good, shook it around, pumped it up, and I went to spraying. 2 weeks later, let me show you the results of what Mansion for $30, this was $30, and it does 2.5 acres from site 1. Let me show you what it did.
It destroyed the cudweed. Absolutely destroyed it. It's been looking like this now for about 3 or 4 days. So it took about 10, 11 days for it to really destroy the cudweed. And I sprayed it pretty good here. So you see the grass was not affected. So if you want to call this a review of the Mansion product, go ahead. It did not harm the grass. I mixed it 0.016 to 2 gallons of water. And I went around spraying, and I just estimated. I didn't use the whole 2 gallons. So here's cudweed, gone. More cudweed right over there, completely gone. And that was my big thing. Here's those flowers that were like yellow flowers and purple flowers, gone. They're dead. Over here, more cudweed, dead. Something else here is struggling, trying to come back. Looks like it's hurting. That right there is also hurting. So you could see this stuff really worked good. Here's that more of that cudweed. I don't know if I sprayed here or not, but I got some mix set up, so I'm going to go ahead and walk around and give it another spray as I walk around the property here. So here, these are like little sand spurs going on here. I'm going to spray this area after I mow it this weekend. But I mean, the yards are looking really nice and thick. We just got some crazy weeds here and there, you know, just some crazy stuff. But hey, there's that cudweed patch right there. You see? I mean, it got it. That would have been standing up about a foot tall, well, about 9 inches tall of cudweed right there. And like this whole area here, I don't know if you go back in my recent videos, this whole area here was dirt, basically. And now it's filling in really, really nice. And I did spray this a lot with Mansion. I did spray up here because this is where all those yellow and purple flowers were, and now there's not. There's one more change, curb appeal. I did a curb appeal video a little while back, and you know, we just use straw because it's cheap and plentiful, easy to do, and I had it on hand, and even, you know, some of the cost was incurred. What's up, guys? Say hi to YouTube. YouTube, you know, you guys are probably going to be a part of this video bringing me to 25,000 subscribers. Yeah, man, I'm at 24,006 something right now. All right, Jay. Those are my son's friends. So the curb appeal right here. We did this, and I did straw, and everybody, you know, was like, oh, red mulch. You got to put red mulch. You need to pull the plants out that were underneath here. You got to do this, and you got to do that. Well, you know, whatever. So I did it. And I didn't do anything else because I wanted to show you guys what happens when you just put red mulch down and you don't incur the proper costs of putting in a border, maybe putting in gutters, maybe adding the rain strip like what's up there, you know, the water strip that goes down to stop the water from pouring off, so it directs it to the rocks here. What happens is your crap ends up all over the place, and so that's not curb appeal. That's crap. That looks terrible. So I got to go with my blower every time it rains, and I got to blow this stuff back in. In order to stop that, you need to put a border up, okay? Or you need to direct the water away. But even so, the rain's still beating it. If you don't put a border up, then the rain is still going to beat, you know, the stuff, and the brick is going to bounce around. And if you put a border up, you need to vent it so, you know, water will drain, or you'll have a swimming pool right there. Not to argue with you guys, I mean, the red mulch does look better. Of course it does. Oh, and I got rid of the Chinook helicopter castle thingy. the kids call it castle. I knocked that down. The red mulch does look good. I mean, this looks nice. I like it. I really, really do. I really like it. It's a little bit more money to do. Okay. But it does require extra work, and it does require...
And so with that said, I just wanted you guys to understand that whole curb appeal video, I wasn't saying that's the only way to do things. Just saying that's a quick way to do it. And could it look better, different things? Sure it can. But we did a real quick, from nasty weeds to something halfway decent, so we can rent the house, sell the house, show the house, take pictures of the house. You see what I'm saying? It was just something quick and easy. You guys kind of missed that point. A lot of you guys missed that point, and you like literally attacked me. I'm not disagreeing with you guys. It's just you weren't seeing the bigger picture of this. The result of if you just did this for pictures, for a Christmas party, for whatever you were doing, your quick curb appeal, this is what you end up with if you don't continue and add gutters or borders or something. And that's just a little bit more cost, and it's just a little bit more work, and it very well can be done. But it wasn't done because it didn't have to be done, because it was just a pine straw. You follow me? So, not saying you're right or wrong. I'm just saying have an open mind. Your way might be better, but remember what the point of the video was. It was just something quick. That's it. So I think we covered all our changes, guys. Mansion, Spectracide, truck, ex-girlfriend, iPhone SE, curb appeal, TB360 being replaced in the next week or so with the Toro Super Recycler. I think we covered all our bases. I think this vlog is going to come to an end. I think that's a pretty good update. I got my life kind of on track again. Things are going well at work, and we're busy as all hell. Memorial Day this Monday, so thank you to everyone with a loved one that you might be visiting this weekend that may have lost their lives in the ultimate sacrifice. So thank you to you, and thank you to them. And I hope you guys have a great weekend. Enjoy your barbecues, and remember, the reason for Memorial Day isn't for beer, it isn't for drinking and driving, it isn't for getting hurt, it isn't for getting in fights. It's to remember those that gave the ultimate sacrifice. Not just for us in America, but you and your other countries as well that watch my channel. I celebrate your loss of life as well, and hope that you guys, remember yours as well, and we don't have to suffer any more of that. I'll see you guys on the next one.
We'll do so.
Dad, do you know what I just did?
What?
I just ripped it apart and there was like a bone still there, so I just... When I want meat, I eat meat.
Is that good?
Really?
I think it is.